Alright, I apologize for that. Apparently I kicked my power cords around, so my PC ended up shutting down. Everything else that was connected to. Alright, let's just get to it. Now, I don't know if I want to do a new playthrough or not, or if I want to do a new game plus mode. Because for this next playthrough, I want to use transformation styles. I still want to do a spirit build, but I was using magic styles for this recent playthrough, and I want to try transformation styles next. I think I'll just go ahead and start a new playthrough. I can delete the rest of these though. I don't need any of these. Oh no. Alright, sorry about that. Just notified that can't do something until someone else gets here, so. Meantime, I'm just gonna go ahead and delete all of these to make space and keep everything nice and organized. I should have did this before the stream began, but here we are. I guess this is the experience you get on my channel. I don't try to even pretend anymore that I try to be a professional streamer, because I'm not. But I still like making content, so here we are. Yeah, I'm still coughing a bit here and there. I'll try to do my best to not cough while the mic is on. These, just a few more, and that'll be it. Yeah, I'll leave these three here. So let's go back. Good game. Since I'm going to be doing a spirit build. By the way, you don't necessarily have to pick any of these specific characters to play as in order to do a particular build. All this really does is just change the appearance of the player character, but otherwise you can just change any of their stats, styles, and whatnot in the beginning. So, do the Prodigy. Yeah, I want to try Monk Zhang because he's part of the DLC. Maybe not DLC, but I know that he's not playable on the player's first playthrough. I think he has to be unlocked or something. Somehow. Anyways, let's do custom. Max this out. Oh, wait, no, that's right. I was gonna do a transformation style build, so that means, yeah, I gotta have health and chi about the same amounts. So, I mean, you're forced to use except Heavenly Wave as your support style, but you can choose any of these other martial styles. 1,000 Cuts is alright. Leaping Tiger is supposed to be the best. Legendary Strike's also alright. It's mid. And I believe White Demon's just way too slow to be used, but I'm not too sure about that. I don't really use this style. I'm just gonna use Leaping Tiger. There we go. Set it up quick. So, yes. I'll just keep the name default, done. Alrighty, and that's our character. Tiger, Heavenly Wave, and then Health and Chi are both the same. And I'll try to do Charm this time as well for the dialogue options.
I swear, one of these days I'll find a way around your guard.
Let's see, do I want to do overconfident? Sometimes douchey? Do I want to do just straight up irritable? Or do I want to do charming? Since we're going to be doing the charm dialogue options, might as well. One more match then.
Happily. I feel that I learn something every time I face you. Even if it's only a new place to nurse a bruise. So long as you're certain you have time.
I am rarely beaten, friend.
Let us begin.
So this game does a mostly rock, paper, scissors style of combat. Nothing fancy. So me, or is the game lagging a bit? Okay. So you have a 3 fast strike combo. That's like your rock. There's the power attack. That's your scissors. And then you have the block, which is your paper. But of course, there's also dodging, and that's way much more useful and used, therefore, than blocking. Yeah, the game seems to be lagging for me. Hold on. Let me see if we can turn the settings down. Yeah, my CPU usage is going crazy. Man, I should have did this a little bit better. Alright, hold on. I think I know what the problem is. Let me go into my layout. I apologize for this. I'm literally just trying to set all this up on a new SSD, and my SSD doesn't really have all this stuff. So let's see, we'll do that. and get rid of this. This two. So all that's gone for the most part. This. And one more. There we go. And let me just add a new one. Huh. Where is it? Wait. How do I add something new to this again? Oh, right. There's a plus sign. And then static custom image. Set image. We'll do add. See if I can find it. Upload. Select files. Because right now my CPU usage is nearly at 50% and the game's lagging really hard because of that. Let's see. There's nothing else either that's on the stream layout, so I'm not really sure what's going on. The images. Soundtrack. Come on. That's not it. There it is. Images. And then we'll add this. Upload. Submit. And then you just add this all the way over here. And stretch this out. Why is it cut off? I didn't mean for it to cut off. Why is it like this? Let's see this. It's just straight up not letting me post the entire image. Why not? Scaled auto. Let's do 900. 900. Ah, there we go. That's because it's just really huge. That's why. Okay. It's on there now. And if I just leave it like this. There we go. Should have planned this a little bit better. Okay, I'll do that. Leave it like that. Save. Now let's go back here. Well, I guess you saw the outro thing, outro asset. So we'll do that, and then do stream overlay. if it works. If not, I'll just have to take this off. Is that working now? It is not. Spend another minute or two on this and then I'll just have to move on. Okay, and then let's do. I think that's just because I gotta change the URL now. Okay, does that work? What does that say? Uh-oh, invalid authorization token. Okay, well, I guess that's not gonna work. All right, that's fine. Whatever, I tried. I'll mess with this some more later. Just get back to the game then. So how's the CPU now? It's 20%. It's not bad. Yeah, it's at 30%. I might just have to turn everything down in the game settings then. Video settings, widescreen, soft shadows. We can just turn some of the stuff off. Bloom lighting, turn that off. So, and we can also lower this down to 1280 by 720, 60 hertz. That's fine. Accept. Okay, not what I expected to see. All right, hold on. Seems like every time I try to fix a problem, a new one just shows up. Let's see. Because it outputs it on my monitor just fine at 16 by 9 resolution, but here it's not doing it on OBS correctly. Maybe if I change the frame rate. Widescreen. No, that's right. Let's put this back here. Because I have nobody change the aspect ratio, so let's just reduce the frame rate. Does this work? No, the CPU usage is still really ridiculously high. Let me check to see if my CPU, my graphics card is working like it's supposed to. No, it is. 950 and everything. Okay. If it's a CPU, that's the issue anyways. Let's see. Okay. It might just be an issue with me also recording this as well. Actually, let me try this. Hold on. Booting up. Unknown image but not showing. See if that works. This one as well. Okay, the CPU dropped. No, it's rising again. Okay, I'm not liking this at all. Is there anything else I can do? I don't have anything else running. I'm still trying to figure out though what's going on. Am I just not going to be able to stream this? That's fine, that's just that. That should also be fine. Video 30. Maybe it's this. All right, let me restart the stream one more time and, well, no, because I feel like that's not going to really do anything either. Because I got that setting on as well. Let me see if we can try this again. So I'm not really sure what else is causing the stream to lag this much. Let me try this again. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, I'd have to turn that off anyways. Fresh. It's just straight up saying that it's just not working, huh? Preview. Copy overlay URL. Let me try this. Ah, I think that's it. Is this gonna work now? It is, nice. Got it. Okay. And that means I'm gonna have to put it over this. Do that. Go back here. All right, we got that problem solved. Now, if I just do this to go down here. Okay. That's that. And then that should be everything else, right? I can close this out. That's fine. So, is the game going to run better or not? Oops, keep doing that, man. No, the game's still stuttering. Thing is, though, I can't change the output of the video while I'm streaming and recording, so let me just get past this part.
Did you see? Master Li was watching. He may not show it, but he clearly takes pride in watching his students practice. I learn something every time we meet, proving that loss sometimes is the best teacher. Thank the heavens the bruises are worth it.
Thank you for the bout, but you still suck.
You are gracious as always. I regret that there won't be much time for such practice now that you've almost finished your training. Master Li told me to pass on that you should speak to him when you have the chance. He said you could take your time, so you need not rush. Master Li just went into his house. It's just over there, as always. You have some time to wander the school and talk with other students. Smiling Mountain likely has some of the younger students available if you want to spar. I shall leave you to it. Take care, my friend.
Wherein the Master foretells of doom, a rival challenges for station, and the past haunts the present. After training near its completion in the idyllic setting of Two Rivers, Master Li promises that soon you will know more about how you came here and where your future will lead. All the while, strange tales begin to spread of ghosts that will not rest and shadowy assassins who heed no law. Alright, let's see how the game plays when I'm not in a fight. No, it's still chugging. Why is that? The thing is, too, is that it's not really a graphics card issue. It's the CPU, my processor, that's a problem. I did just update OBS, so maybe that also has something to do with it, but I doubt it very much. What I could do is just try to do a test stream on another game, see if that works. But as of right now, though, I'm just at a loss for how to get this running properly. Again, changing the resolution is only going to change the aspect ratio as well. I can't change both. The output of OBS and this at the same time. Let's see if this does anything. $42, 53, 48, 42, 46. It's lagging a little bit less, but I can still see some frame drops. Yeah, no, it's still dropping frames. Let me try streaming another game. I mean, try another game real quick, just to make sure that it's not just to make sure it's not my hardware that's the issue. I don't think it is, because I've been able to stream just fine on other things as well. Yeah, we'll do a new save. Because the CPU is still ridiculously high. And that has nothing to do with the graphics card. Unless the graphics card is just not working at all, but it is. AMD is doing its thing. Still trying to figure out though what's going on. Okay, let me try a different game then. Trying to think of one. Let's try this one. Let me get my gamepad in first. I hope it's just a game and not my hardware. I did want to replace my specs last year, but because of the graphics card issue going on, there's just no point in just replacing one component when all the others need to be replaced as well along with it. Power supply, the processor, maybe even the motherboard. At that point, I might as well just make a whole new system, a whole new PC entirely. Anyways, that's a separate problem. It's got me wondering too if the settings I have for the recording is what's causing the issue. Let's see. All right, let's see if this works any better. This isn't any game, by the way. I don't know how to pronounce it, but the title of the game anyways, but it's pretty good. The CPU is also going crazily high. It might just be OBS itself, that's the issue. Because I've never had it that high before. It must be a setting I have not turned on. Game's running fine. Well, this one anyways. Nope, never mind. I'm getting some frame drops on this one too. No, I think there's just something on OBS I didn't change. Alright, I'm gonna have to change the title of this stream to test stream or something, because this is not working out. Yeah, I just got another frame drop. Huge frame drop. Okay, so it's not Jadeempire. As far as I know, it can't be my hardware, because I was able to stream just fine in the past. What should I do? Let me take a look at my settings in OBS and I'll come back. All right, I'll be back. Peace. Okay, so I think I figured out what I changed to make the OBS run slower, and I think I fixed it. Let me just check just to be sure. Yeah, sales staying at below 10%. CPU usage is at 8%, 8.5, 9.8. All right, I think that was the problem. So I ended up changing a CPU usage preset option. It was on default very fast, and I changed it to medium. I didn't know what I was doing, so I ended up changing something that messed up the frame rate. Not the frame rate, but the performance of OBS. But now that I fixed it, I think I can stream Jadeempire now without any issues. Yeah. Let me put the pop filter back where it's supposed to go. All right. Are we good? Yeah, because the CPU is still low. Okay. Yep. Yeah, it's still low. It's not even going above 10% now. That's how much of a difference that option makes. Okay, let's go back to Jadeempire then. Yeah, that was my fault. I should have just left it alone. So I misinterpreted that option. I thought that it meant to increase the performance of OBS if I change that option. But as it turns out, even if that is the case, it just slows down everything else I'm doing, including the game applications I'm opening up. So, oh, I forgot to unplug this. All right, hold on. Whoa there, whoa. I just gotta make sure I don't crash my system. Okay, we're good. I think that fixed that issue. Good. All right. And if you're wondering why the game's graphics are jittering like that, it's just because for some reason the game does not like being at any frame rate lower than 60 on my specs. I don't know why. Blah, blah, blah. What am I doing? What am I doing? Doing that. Let's crank everything back up. And that should be fine. Yeah, because even on the menus, the pause menu itself, the CPU usage was cranked up to 25%, which I thought was ridiculous, right? Yeah, now it's still sitting at below 10%. Okay, now I went to 10.4, 9.8, 8.3. So now if I go back to the actual game itself, it's still sitting below 10. Okay, we're good, we're good. All right, I deeply apologize for that. Okay. It's like, how many times am I gonna start this stream, right? All right, let's get back to this game. Oops, that's another issue with this game, is that I can actually move the mouse cursor to my second monitor so far to the right that it forces the game to tab out because I clicked on my something on my second monitor. So sorry about that. Let me move it all the way over here. There we go. All right, to fight without thought is suicide. The path to victory is laid out one step at a time, each ahead of your opponents. Sagacious TN. Harmonic combinations demand the use of two styles in rapid succession. The first must be of the class called Support, the second from the class known as Martial. Timing is the key. Begin with a focused disabling effect and follow quickly with a powerful barehanded blow. Two actions working in concert will create a harmonic channel in your chi and wreak havoc upon your foe. You must be swift, as the window to create the harmony is limited. Disable your foe. Close swiftly as you change style and strike with all available force. Let nothing stand in your way, but beware. Opponents of great strength may possess the training to resist this technique, which is unfortunately true. A lot of mini-boss and boss characters will not be destroyed by harmonic combinations, so. Opponents of great strength may possess the training to resist this technique. Thoughts will guide you to victory. Harmonic combinations will ensure the journey is swift. And that's especially true with one particular style I'll talk about later. Oh yes, that's that buttery smooth frame rate I was looking for. Okay. Auspicious portents. Understanding the stars and the universe is a very important goal. By examining the universe, we can interpret and predict things to come. The sky is where the great dragon was said to dwell, and in his illustrious home we can see the signs of his effects on creation. Of the observable phenomena, three major ones are the most auspicious. Comets, the flames of the heavens passing across the sky, eclipses, during which the power of the gods blocks the sun for brief periods, and falling stars, marking the descent of one of the celestial bureaucracy to the earth. This game has a lot of lore to it if you stop to read everything and talk with all the NPCs. I'm usually not a lore kind of guy, but for some reason, this game's universe always piques my interest. It's also worth reading all the book stands, scrolls, and so on because the player gets rewarded for it through stat bonuses and XP gains. The Old Tongue. Though Fan, or the Old Tongue, was the native language of one of many kingdoms struggling for supremacy before the empire was unified by Sagacious Tien, our first emperor. As the wars raged, constant shifts in territorial leadership spread the use of the Old Tongue. By the time Sagacious Tien formed the empire, the Old Tongue was so widely spread that it became a second official language of the empire. The Long Drought. The Long Drought stands as one of the worst periods in the Jade Empire's recent history. 10 years of scorching heat and little rainfall took their toll on even the prodigious reserves of the Empire's granaries. The sages predicted at least 3 more devastatingly dry years, while those in the Ministry of Harmony watched the death toll mount into the hundreds of thousands. Then Emperor Sun Hai declared that the drought was over, and somehow it was. Through the Emperor's divine will, green returned to our parched land, and stability was restored. And that becomes a running plot point in this game. So to give some context as to my experience playing this game, I played this on the original Xbox back in the late 2000s. This game was originally released around 2005. So it's a really old game. But despite that though, it still runs pretty well. I'm playing the GOG version right now, so I didn't have to do anything to update or mod the game to get the game running. It works pretty much flawlessly except for one bug, and I'll get into that later. Normally, I would have the minimap on at the top right corner of the screen as I'm displaying right here. But because the game is so linear and so full of invisible walls, like its original Fable game, and there's just no real point in having it on, or the minimap showing, just because it's really easy to find everything.
Always good to see you wandering the school. You're the best among us, after all. So it makes everyone train a little harder when you're around. The tricky part is making sure we're emulating you, not hoping to take you down a peg. You should think carefully before bruising the tender egos around here. Oh, did I tell you to see Master Li when you have a chance? I'm not taking the blame if you forget.
I thought Master Li would have your attention for the rest of the day. It is good to see you. I know you haven't had much time for simple sparring. It is too bad. Your fellow students benefit from your experience. A strong opponent is the best trainer.
Can I ask you some things about the school?
I am charged with giving whatever instruction I can, but my insights deal more with the philosophy of combat than the skills themselves.
Tell me about the philosophies you mentioned.
Master Li is very strict about what is taught here, because martial skill is a pathway to great power, and that holds certain risks. It is not just good over evil. Few things in life are that simple. The common way to say it is, do you follow the way of the open palm or the closed fist?
So despite this game having a morality system, it tries to disguise it, not disguise, but whoever wrote this morality system, the open palm and closed fist, they try to play it off as something beyond the usual good versus evil morality point system, but that's what it ends up being anyways throughout the game. So I see where they're coming from, but it's not really, it doesn't function any differently from, say, the good and evil morality system in the Fable games. So, tell me about the way of the open palm.
A term for the high path, or perhaps the way of restraint and harmony. Many aspire to it, but few achieve it. It is a path of resisting tyranny. Of course, the source of that tyranny varies. It is just as dangerous coming from without as within.
Give me examples.
Tyranny from external sources is easy to find and fight. Defending those who cannot defend themselves is a reasonable example. But when your abilities are so much greater than those around you, there is the temptation to set everything right by might alone. That is tyranny from within.
Sometimes conflict cannot be avoided.
True, but that can become a convenient excuse. Eventually you may decide that even direct violence is too inefficient for someone of your strength. It is a small leap from there to enforcing your will so that the crime never takes place. Suddenly you are the oppressor, when all you wanted to do was make things right. This way of the open palm is not without its hidden dangers, despite the best of intentions.
Tell me about the way of the closed fist.
It is the low path, the way of aggression and discord. A misunderstood path often misused by those who wish to justify a thuggish nature. It is not as simple as crushing your enemies or as mindless as terrorizing the weak. It is a mindset born of impatience, of imposing your will. An evil man might ignore a plea for help because he does not care, but that shows a disconnection with the world. That is not part of the way. A man on the low path might also ignore that plea, but he would do so because that person should demonstrate they are fit to survive on their own.
What's the difference? The person dies each time.
The difference is in the details. That same man might help if the odds are unreasonable. He might also do it to incur favor. There is thought in his actions. He is not a mindless killer, but he may let strength decide what course is best. That is why it is a dangerous path. It can so easily be misinterpreted.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to do something that I was waiting for someone to show up to do. Anyways, does this have any practical effect?
You are the sum of your actions. The harmony or discord that you sow will weigh on your shoulders as surely as any physical yoke. But there can be advantages. Certain forms of attack inherently lean toward one extreme or the other. They have a rhythm that resonates within you. You may find that some attacks perform better if you are more intent on causing discord. How you use this is for you to discover and decide. I am charged with giving...
I want to ask about someone specific.
Who are you interested in?
Tell me what you know about Master Lee.
Master Lee is a private man, and I will not presume to speak for him. His interest in you surpasses the care of any master I have known. He must see great potential in you.
I want to ask about you.
If you wish, but only introspection reveals true insight. I used to call the trading center of Phoenix Gate my home, but I am settled here. I have nothing to go back to.
Why'd you leave Phoenix Gate?
It is not important. Suffice to say that I prefer this little village to the temptations of a greater city. Enough about me. What else can I do for you?
How long have you taught here?
It has been several years since I arrived in Two Rivers. I was surprised to find a teacher of Master Lee's ability so far out on the borderlands. It was a fortuitous accident. I have studied the martial arts all my life and serve your master as I am able. He is devoted to your training and needs someone to assist the other students. I am charged.
Kind of items and additional training to you, so.
Ah, yes, training. For some time now, I have offered, for a small fee, to run students through a short regimen that will help them enhance their abilities. The lessons you learn from me, or from any trainer for that matter, will stay with you and help make you stronger, or better able to focus your mind or magic.
Alright, show me what you have.
Let's see what you can learn.
Now, because I'll be doing both spirit and body for this build, I'm going to need both, which means it's going to cost even more to increase both. But this also becomes problematic because some of these techniques and gems are going to make me lose points in one or the other. So let's see, I'm gonna need both of these. We'll start with health. Sorry, health though. I don't have any silver right now, so I'm gonna have to come back. Here's a little cool little trick you can do in this game to travel faster without having to use focus mode. If you press forward 3 times and hold the third forward input, for some reason it carries the momentum a little further in this forward dive roll. So I'm able to cross larger distances of each map by doing that.
One day I'll reach your level of skill, but not unless I keep practicing with Smiling Mountain.
It is an honor to be approached by the school's most senior student. My mother had high hopes for the school when she sent me here from the capital. Sometimes I wonder if I'm ready to train with others of such skill. Even in the robes of a junior student, I feel a long way from my home in the Imperial City.
If you are here, you belong here.
You're right. Master Li would not have accepted me if he did not see potential. He measures all people carefully. I will just have to work twice as hard to catch up to your level of skill. Even then, it will take a long time to be your match. How long have you studied with Master Li?
I've studied with him as long as I can remember.
You and Dawnstar both had a lifetime of training under Master Li. He is stern with you, but you sure can see that he's proud as well. I'm sorry. I shouldn't pester you with my questions. Is there something you need?
How well do you know the other side of school?
I don't know anyone else who displays the skill you do. Well, perhaps Gao, but he lacks discipline. That is why he still wears the robes of a junior student, despite his ability. Dawnstar would be next, with few able to match her delicate moves. Beyond that, the only other person I know well is Smiling Mountain, the sparring master.
What do you think of Dawnstar?
I know she is sensitive to things the rest of us can't see. Sometimes I feel sorry for her. It obviously makes her feel different, and that's not right.
Why do you say that?
I think she was given a gift. Unlike responsibility, it may not always be pleasant, but it's something she should be proud of. It shouldn't isolate her.
Do you have any impressions of Gao?
I have seen his kind in the city. He thinks his family's wealth is a substitute for nobility and is angered when others still see him for what he is, a crass and spoiled bully.
How has Smiling Mountain helped you?
Close to Master Li's skill, but Smiling Mountain is good for the younger students. He pairs novices with more advanced students so we can learn.
Have you heard anything special about me?
I've heard about and seen your skill, but I haven't been here long enough to know much more. Most of the students seem to appreciate your abilities.
Who doesn't?
I hate to put words in other people's mouths, but it's obvious that Gao does not favor you. Master Li has been a mediator of sorts, but Gao responds poorly to authority. I'll answer what I can.
Since you're new, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on Master Li.
He is one man and guides his students well. My last school had 2 masters who feuded all the time. It made learning very difficult.
What style did you study in the Imperial City?
At the Black Leopard School, I learned the bare basics of a style under First Brother Kai, but not enough to say I'd mastered anything more than a few core techniques. I'd demonstrate, but I don't think I even could. Master Li's teachings have been so much more effective that I have forgotten most of what I learned in the capital.
How do Master Li's skills measure up to your teachers in the Imperial City?
He is greatly skilled and tutors his students intently. You especially. My school in the city was mired in politics, not an environment that promotes diligent study. I'll answer what I can.
What do people from the capital think of the Empire?
It's funny, but I still want to look over my shoulder. I have to remember that we are a long way from the ears of the Lotus Assassins.
Why would you be worried about the Lotus Assassins?
They're the Emperor's personal guardians. In the Imperial City, they watch everyone and everything, looking for those who would question the course of the Empire.
Why are people questioning the direction the Empire is taking?
These assassins visit people who ask a lot of questions. The Emperor hasn't been seen much recently. His advisors run things. They're not gentle.
Do you know anything about rumors of ghosts?
There's already enough darkness without making up stories about shadows, in my opinion. And try Lynn. She seems very interested in the ghosts.
What can you tell me about other places than here?
I'm no map maker, but I know the basics of the way the Empire is laid out. What do you want to know?
Tell me about the Imperial City.
It was a beautiful place to grow up. The brightest minds, the most noble houses, all the greatest warriors gather there. It's truly the most vibrant place in the world.
Sounds like you missed it.
I'm glad to be here, don't get me wrong. Two Rivers, though, is very peaceful. I'm used to a more hectic pace, I think. It's taking me some time to adjust.
How do you like this area?
Two Rivers is quiet, subdued. This province has a lot of rich agricultural land. Actually, fields cover pretty much everything south of the Great Southern Forest.
Let's hear about the rest of the Empire.
The Empire is divided into 4 massive provinces. This area, largely agricultural, is the Golden Delta. To the north lies the Seat of Heaven, which holds the Imperial City. In the prosperous east, you can find port cities like the Phoenix Gate. To the west lie the hills of the 6 Holy Scrolls. I know little about those 2 provinces, though. I'll answer what I can.
You're fairly new here. Tell me some more about yourself.
I'm honored that you should ask. What do you want to know?
What brought you to this school?
The school I attended in the Imperial City was becoming mired in politics, so my mother sent me out to the country instead. Politics is dangerous, she always said.
What sort of dangers would the Imperial City have?
Oh, I don't know. It just seems like the city is changing. Strange people, strange machines. These are interesting times. I think she just wanted to know that I'd be safe.
Sorry, I had to get some water. Just kept coughing. What will you do now when you... No, what will you do when you are done training here?
Well, that won't be for a long time, but I'll probably return to the Imperial City. Perhaps I'll join the Imperial Guard. It's hard to think that far ahead. I'll answer what I can.
Take care. I'll talk to you later.
Goodbye. Take care of yourself.
Oh, you're finally here to talk to Master Li, are you? I certainly hope so. The old man is in there meditating, and he won't train me until he talks to you.
Actually, I want to talk to you in a moment.
The senior student, Master Li's little lapdog, here to talk to me? My lucky, lucky day. Don't you have something more important to do? You don't want my answer to that question. Go talk to one of your sandal-licking friends and let them tell you I'm jealous. Try Lynn. She'll say anything to please you just to see your simpering little smile. Pathetic. Master Li wants to talk to you. Do me a favor and go talk to him. Then maybe I can actually receive some education at this school.
So we'll be running into Gao pretty frequently in this beginning of the game. I feel like there's one more person I should be talking to, but I don't think she appears until later, so...
Uso siir uthak tarwair, shathir owosu.
Dawnstar's garden is peaceful, even when she's not here.
Greetings, fellow student. The gate is closed for now, and I am tasked with keeping it so. Master Li has asked that no students leave the school until the morning meditations are concluded.
Could I ask some questions?
Please do not. This is the first task I have been given, and I don't want to get distracted.
If you're guarding this gate, let's make sure you know how to defend it.
What do you mean? Some sort of test? Ask me anything. I am ready to try.
What are the main classifications of style, student?
Wait, I know this. Yes. It's weapon, martial, support, transformation, and magic. Weapon and martial styles are pretty self-explanatory. Support styles allow you to paralyze, slow, or otherwise hamper your foes. Magic styles allow you to use your chi to control the elements, while transformation styles allow you to assume the form of creatures or even demons. I'm only repeating what I have learned in my time here, senior student, but that was one of the first things I memorized.
How does your chi affect combat?
Chi is our internal magical energy. Is that it? Yes. And we can use our chi to hasten the healing process of superficial wounds. Additionally, chi can be used to strengthen our blows, making the most of each strike. I'm sure that's right. I can't channel my chi like you and Dawnstar yet, but one day.
What do you know of Master Li?
Of his history? Nothing. He is supposed to be a great master, but I just arrived, so I know very little about him. I wish I knew more, senior student, but that is all I can answer about our master.
That'll be all, student Seapot.
Oh, good. I mean, yes, thank you, senior student, for the chance to answer your questions. Master Li was looking to speak with you, wasn't he? After he left me here, he went back to his house in the center of the school, if you're looking for him.
Right, so... We'll be going back here later. After I talk with Master Lee. I feel like there were something else here. Yes, indeed. Now, the question is, am I going to be doing open palm or closed fist?
Oh, senior student. Not too many people come back here this time of day, so we thought we'd take a moment to practice. Would you like to join us? We could team up against you and learn from the best.
Why the unfair odds?
With all due respect, we would be no challenge for you individually. We could learn much from seeing how you deal with more than one opponent. Smiling Mountain usually lets us fight in groups if he has enough students available. But learning from you is a chance I wouldn't want to pass up. If you have time, that is. I would not wish to impose.
Could I ask you some questions instead?
We should keep practicing. We have a weapons training session later this afternoon. Perhaps one of the others, like Wen or Lin, could help you. If you wanted to help us practice in a match against us both, of course, we would be most honored.
I could spare a moment or two, certainly.
This is good news. We'll try to go easy on you.
Leaping tiger.
That's enough! I didn't think we'd win, but it was an honor to face you. Thank you very much. We have to go. Smiling Mountain's going to be teaching a class soon, and then we have weapons training.
Back to what I was saying. I might try closed fists with this playthrough, just because, and the recent playthrough I just completed, I did open palm again, so I'd like to mix it up. Plus, I think it'd be kind of funny that a monk would be very, what's the word for it? Very psychopathic. So there's that. But I'm gonna wait until after the talk with Master Lee to start doing that. Also, and I'll demonstrate this later, but this is a strategy I like to use in combat that involves doing dashes or dive rolls. Martial styles do not always access the energies of mind and body harmoniously. Sometimes imbalance is a source of their power, as it is with Iron Palm and Viper. Each requires possession of 3D meditation scrolls that prepare the student for the forces that will be encountered. If these disciplines are attempted without complete understanding, the student risks accessing more power than the body can withstand. Knowledge of Iron Palm and Viper is not often shared, as most martial practitioners consider them to be in opposition to classical teaching. If a student happens upon one of the scrolls detailing these styles, he or she cannot and should not attempt to train in the style until gaining the possession of all three. The most difficult and humbling step of any journey is the acceptance of one's own limitations and confronting whether the journey is possible at all. TLDR, don't try if you don't succeed, or if you think you can't succeed.
Ah, there you are, my student. I watched your bout against Jingwu with great pride. You have gained almost all you can from the practice arena. You are my best pupil, though you came to me an orphan. I have tried to prepare you for the responsibility your skills will bring. Have you given thought to your future?
Oh, and let me bring this up. It's pretty easy to tell which dialogue options follow the way of the closed fist, and well, specifically the closed fist. Basically, yeah, whenever the player character has this angry expression on her face, when the player hovers over a specific dialogue choice, that's pretty much it's a sign that it's something that a follower of the way of the closed fist would say. So there's that. Again, though, I don't want to choose these dialogue options until after this first chapter. So no, never mind, sorry. Perhaps I will train others as you have trained me.
Your lessons are complete. Remember these basic skills and keep them at heart. But also remember that classes are not a true measure of ability. Always be ready to learn. I recall that, as a child, you fell and bruised your arm. I comforted you, saying that small pains are part of learning, but not every setback imparts wisdom. You must be careful. Sometimes all you learn in defeat is that you have been defeated. This world is out of balance. Spirits grow restless, and you have a role to play that I have kept secret.
Why would you do that?
Those who announce their important destiny before they are ready tend to meet unfortunate ends. The wise only seek attention when capable of dealing with it. The people are scared. I do not have all the answers, but I know you will become very important to the fates of many. You will be called to face a great evil.
Master! Master Li!
What is this interruption? This had better be important. There is much to say.
Master! Nijo came to warn me. He saw a boat from the outlook past the fields. Strange outlaws. They fired something at him, and Kiamin was injured.
Where is she now?
Still outside the village by the outlook. Nijo couldn't carry her. Please come, Master Li. The bandits are not at the village yet, but they could arrive at any time.
We will have to continue our discussion later, my student. It appears we have more pressing matters.
What would you have me do, Master?
The time for practice is over. Go to Gujin, the weapon master, and get a weapon. You may soon be called to use it. On your way, make certain Dawnstar is aware of the danger. Her skills have always complemented yours, so take her with you. Prepare yourself for a potential attack while I tend to my fallen student. I will return as soon as I can. We will continue our discussion when the threat is over.
Where can I find Dawnstar and Gujin?
Dawnstar will be near her garden at the entrance to the school. Gujin will be in his shop near the village gate, up the stairs from the village square.
I will do as you ask.
Good. The time comes when you will know all you need to. For now, keep the basics at heart.
Yeah, so I can just turn a mini-map on and off. I'll stream for another few minutes. I really do apologize for the way this well, all this has turned out, but I'm trying, man. I'm trying. That's gotta count for something, right? But anyways, enough about that. This I'll have to deal with later. Do I have a silver coin? I still don't have any money. Alright, sorry about that. I had to answer a question. Yeah, this beginning of this playthrough is pretty scuffed, but it's alright. It's a-okay. Oh, I wanted to talk about some other things as well at the end of the stream, but for now, though, I'll just do what I can. Let me talk to these characters again, because they say something different.
I hear bandits have injured Kia Min. She is a favorite pupil and holds the record for the challenge I run. I'm sure Master Li will take care of her. What can I do for you? I am here to serve and train.
Are there any students available to spar with?
I'm afraid we have more pressing matters than simple sparring. Let's deal with these bandits first.
I should go for now.
Goodbye. I am here if you need anything.
Bandits coming here. They must not know about the school, or at least about Master Li. He's not a man to stand idly by while people suffer. If they hurt Kia Min badly, Master Li will be angry. I'd hate to be the captain of that ship if Master Li is angry.
I may finally get a chance to see some combat if there are truly bandits coming. I'm sure Master Li will be able to save Kia Min even if she's wounded. But I wonder who will salve her pride, walking along the shore my foot. I understand your training is almost complete. I wonder who will replace you as our example. It certainly won't be me. I can't even imagine Master Li saying, "You must strive to be like Lin in all things" to the others. Just the opposite, more likely.
If you want Master Li to say it, don't give him a choice. Be the best you can.
That makes sense. Is that how you live your life? If so, it certainly seems to be an effective philosophy. You could just be pouring honey in my ears, but that's not half as fun as other places it could go. Oh my, you've gone kind of red. I shouldn't tease you like that. Maybe I should spend more time training and less time worrying about where I stand in the school. How else will I be good enough to take you down one of these days? Besides, there might be bigger things to worry about. I find myself intrigued by the ghost tales that everyone's mentioning.
Have you seen Dawnstar?
Why would you ask me? Everyone knows I don't get along with her. She's too moody to talk to. Always looking past you as if there's something more interesting happening behind you. You certainly don't seem to have any trouble getting along with her. And you, of all people, should know to look for her at her garden by the school gate.
You know everyone around here. Is there any news?
You think I will talk about them behind their backs? I will, but I don't want people to think of me as the local gossip, even if I am just that.
Who are the students of note?
Of note? There's only one student of note, and that would be you. Everyone else, even Dawnstar, is just a background for you and your supposed destiny. Not that you don't deserve the attention. I'd be flirting with you non-stop if you weren't so focused on whatever it is Master Li has in store for you. All of us get a little envious of that. Even Gao gets pushed aside, and he doesn't like being anything less than the center of attention.
Tell me about Gao.
You know him as well as I do. A rich man's son. He's attractive, I suppose, but arrogance follows him like a cloud of locusts. I hear his father is the same way. Gao the Greater and Gao the Lesser. Not a family I would want to be a part of.
What have you heard about me?
You know what is said. Master Li believes you're special, but won't say why. It makes you interesting. Some of the others don't find it as intriguing as I do. Some even consider it an attack on their worth.
Who should I be concerned about?
Gao, obviously. You know he doesn't like you, he never has. And when Master Li tells him to model himself after you, that just makes it worse.
Well then Gao's just a hater.
If you wish, what do you want to ask about?
What do you think of Master Li?
Master Li took me in when no one else would. He is a firm master, but a kind man deep inside.
How did Master Li come here?
I imagine that he walked. If you want anything more than that, you'll have to ask someone who was here at the time. That was 20 years ago.
Who was Master before Master Li?
I really don't know or care. It may as well have been Sagacious Tien, the first emperor. That was before I was born. If you wish.
Tell me what you've been hearing about ghosts.
Other than what Dawnstar senses, all I have is stories, but they're becoming more and more common. Tales of people being haunted by loved ones, and mad ghosts attacking people on the roads, or even in their homes. And Master Li accepts Dawnstar's ability to see and sense things others can't. If he believes her, then how could I believe otherwise?
What exactly are these ghosts?
They're exactly what you'd expect. The souls of humans who have died. According to all the legends, when you die, your soul travels to the underworld. Once there, your soul is judged and placed upon the wheel of life, so that it can return to this world in a new life. A soul that doesn't return to the wheel of life becomes a ghost.
Where do these ghosts come from?
According to the stories, ghosts are usually people whose souls are trapped in this world, either by circumstance or because they won't let go of their old lives. The thing is, those circumstances are very rare, and you never heard about ghosts 10 years ago. Now everyone's talking about them. It's like something has happened, and people aren't leaving this world like they should be. Either that or it's mass hysteria, but I can't believe that explanation.
Tell me more about Dawnstar sensitivity.
From what I understand, Dawnstar is very sensitive to magic and to the spirits we call ghosts. She sees things that others can't. Sometimes she knows things that she shouldn't. I really can't say if it's intuition or something else.
What do ghosts look like?
That was my first question when I started hearing these rumors. Apparently they can look just like us, though possibly pale and faded. Some ghosts have been around a long time, and apparently they begin to change. They grow distant from their bodies and become more monsters than people. The scary thing is that a lot of the stories I've been hearing are about these old ghosts, the ones that look like monsters. It just doesn't make sense.
No, you.
If you wish, what do you want to ask about?
I don't think we ever talked about Yulin.
I'm sure you figured out most of my little quirks by now. I've been here a few years.
How did you come here? Why?
I wasn't the delicate flower my family had hoped for. They believed school would calm my spirit. But Master Li has shown me how to focus myself. I have learned many skills while here, and not many of them require that I be delicate.
What will you do when you are done training here?
When I am done? I haven't really thought about it. I won't go home. There's no place for me there. If I can stomach the books, I could become a scholar. Perhaps I'll go to the Imperial City. I should see it at least once in my life. If you wish, what do you want to ask about?
Would you be interested in sparring?
Don't you think that there's more important things than practice right now? Suddenly everything feels so real.
No. I'm joking. Goodbye for now.
Leaving so soon? Oh well, back to my training.
She doesn't act this flirty, by the way, if you're playing as a female character. So, that kind of caught me off guard.
Remember the basics. Remember the basics. Why does Master Li keep repeating that?
It's a plot point.
What's the matter, Dawnstar? Are you scared that Master Li might find out?
There is talk of approaching bandits, and you bother me with unsubtle advances. How very like you, Gao. No doubt a tactic learned from your criminal father.
His name is Gao the Greater, and he built a fortune out of some ragged thieves and slave traders. If my charm can't lift your spirit, I'll buy the ground from under you.
Flaunting your father's undeserved wealth does not impress me, Gao. It only serves to push me further away.
Hello, Dawnstar. I certainly hope I am interrupting.
You step beyond your station. She and I are discussing her future.
Thank you, Gao, but I'll pick my own poison. Now leave, and if you'd be so kind, stay downwind.
I won't forget this, Dawnstar. You show great disrespect. You as well. You will not take all the glory if there is an attack. We are not through.
Oh, he is Gao the Lesser in all respects. I thought Master Li allowed him to stay so that the influence of the father could be countered, but Gao never learns. He acts like he's above Master Li's teachings. Such are the conceits of wealth, I suppose. I appreciate that you arrived when you did.
Now, there are 3 romance options, right? If you're a male protagonist, then you have 2 choices. For female protagonists, however, they only get 1, which is a little unfair, but nevertheless so. For the 2 romance options for male player characters, you get either Dawnstar or another female character. And I've done Dawnstar before, so I'm gonna do the other romance option. What did Gal want?
What does Gao the Lesser ever want? He's convinced that he can buy everything, and that includes people. He's a spoiled little man. I'd rather not dwell on him. Let's not increase his influence by talking about him after he's gone. What is it you wish?
You know about the bandits. Master Li said to get a weapon for Gujin.
Yes, he said you were coming. He just passed here with Si Pat on his way to help Kia Min. It's strange that simple bandits would launch such a raid. Master Li was concerned that this would interrupt your training. His respect for your potential is just so absolute. Has he told you any more about your future?
Not specifically. What do you want to know about? What do you know about it?
Only what Master Li has told you in the past. You are meant for great things, but you must discover them yourself. It must be so frustrating, but exciting as well.
He has told you similar things. You have talents too.
It is not the same. You are filled with the promise of great things, even if they are unknown. My skills will always be darker. I can see into the spiritual, an ability that grants some insight, but it doesn't seem to be useful for anything other than keeping me awake at night. I helped Master Li discover the unrest that shapes your future, but I see only problems, while you are destined to find solutions. I envy you for that.
Yes, well, I am great. I mean, please don't put me on a pedestal. I'd rather stand beside my friends.
I'm glad. You have always kept your feet on the ground. What does Master Li say? That you should keep the basics close to heart? Let's go get your weapon from Gujin's workshop. It shouldn't be too hard to fend off simple bandits. They're foolish to attempt such an attack.
Could I ask you a few more questions?
Of course. I can speak now or during our walk. Master Li suggested that I accompany you, in case you require assistance.
Where can I find Gujin?
His workshop is in the center of the village by the gate, up the stairs from the square. It's the largest and most permanent building. You must be tired if you're asking me about that. You've talked to him many times.
How do you help Master Li find out about the restless dead?
I don't want to think about it too much. Manipulating Qi has not come as naturally to me as it has to you. The things I do are different. I can see spirit shapes and hear the odd whisper. Master Li was surprised, but he has not had time to look into it further. Your training is his primary interest. Hopefully I'll find my skills useful for more than just keeping me up at night. Could we go on to something else?
What do you know about the spirit world?
We are all spiritual creatures. When we die, our spirits are released to find their way to the underworld. The journey eases the transition from life to death. If their time among the living was troubled or painful, spirits sometimes get lost. They can seem almost alive and are often mistaken for living creatures. They usually only appear for a short time. They say what they need to say and then are drawn to the underworld.
What makes them so threatening?
If a person's life is very traumatic, his or her spirit can lose its way for a long time. They can go mad trapped in the world of the living. Maddened spirits change. They lose their connection to the living world and begin to channel darker emotions. They can be very dangerous. I've only seen hints of those. It's been enough. I'm very worried about what may be coming.
What happened to them in the underworld?
I don't know. That's the kind of thing old men sit on mountains to discover. Some say it is a place of judgment. Maybe it's about reincarnation. You'd think we could just ask the spirits themselves, but if we can't really understand our own answers, how can we hope to fathom theirs?
That's all for now.
We should get our weapons as quickly as we can. I am honored that Master Li feels I am worthy of standing beside you.
So for Dawnstar, and she will be following me for the majority of the playthrough, I'm going to have her as support, just because I have the difficulty set to Grandmaster. Actually, it should be set to... Oh, right, never mind. I have this difficulty set to Grandmaster, so it's going to be the second to most difficult. Second to highest difficulty in the game, which means enemies will deal so much damage to followers of like Dawnstar that they'll just immediately die from literally 2 swings. They're much more useful if they're just supporting me, and the way she supports the player is by regenerating chi. Another specific character does something similar. I believe it's this one. I'm not going to give any spoilers as to who it is, but you know who it is if you've played this game before. We'll meet him later anyways in a playthrough. But they'll do that. They channel, sorry, generate focus. And yeah, leave that there. And before I continue on, I should go ahead and end the stream because it's been over an hour now. I know it hasn't been very eventful in this first stream, or streams I should say, because this stream has been broken up into several chunks, but nevertheless, so I'll still do the whole hourly thing, hourly VODs, just because I'm not really trying to do this whole consecration thing full time. I got other things going on right now that prevent me from doing that, but I do what I can. Anyways, let me go ahead and go back to the main menu. So that's going to be it for this stream. And right, I wanted to talk about some things related to past content I've done. So obviously, I've quit being an artist. I posted that on my Twitter for like the 15th time or something like that. As far as I know, I'm not going to be making any more drawing streams.
This world is out of balance.
Sorry, let me get into one of these menus so that doesn't keep happening. Which means that I won't be showing off how I make these assets and all that. Even though I probably will be an art teacher, I just don't care to actually make art myself, and I definitely don't want to bother making art-related content. it's just not something I want to do. So there's that. But this does bring up the other form of content I make, which is fighting game content, or rather streaming fighting games. It's not just Them's Fine Hurts that has this problem, but it's many fighting games in general. And I'm sure if you're a member of the FGC or know enough about the genre anyway, so know what I'm talking about. I'm just a casual player, right? I'm not trying to become a pro fighting game player. So therefore, I do like to play fighting games. It's just that I can't bring myself to play it religiously like some other players. And I definitely don't want to make my channels solely revolving around fighting game content. And I don't have anything against anybody that does that. I still, you know, more power to anyone like Sajam and Lord Knight that make their content solely about fighting games. That's fine, right? I have nothing against that, but I don't want to box myself into doing just one thing, if that makes sense. And I get that these other content creators, Sajam, Lord Knight, they don't just play fighting games. I know that, but my point is that I don't want to make the majority of my content relate to competitive gaming, just because, one, I don't have the time to invest in getting better at those games to a professional level, and two, I get burnt out pretty easily. I'm not gonna lie. Even though I do enjoy BlazBlue, most BlazBlue titles, especially Central Fiction, the fact is that I just got tired of playing against Azrael players, or just Azrael in general. It just got boring after a while. Just, you know, like, characters just ridiculous. But anyways, I know Them's Fine Herds is trying to do better than those other titles, most other titles, by actually including more single player content and content for people like me who are just casual players of the fighting game genre. And that's great, but the game's still in development, and therefore it will take a long while before stuff like even the story mode to be finished, and other modes as well, more content to be added to the game, and so on. And that's not throwing any shade at Main 6, you know, I applaud them for that. I'll support them as much as I can. But the question is, what am I going to be doing until then, right? Until more content gets released. And that's what I'm doing right now, is this. Just going to be playing other games that I enjoy playing and want to show them off. So I will still be editing videos, especially the Sonic Adventure bite-sized series. My issue right now that's stopping me from doing so, developing more of those videos, is that I need more clips from other videos, and unfortunately the current version of VLC Media Player that allows me to get those clips right now has something weird going on where nobody really knows for sure why, but it just straight up won't stream YouTube videos at all. And for the current version that's available to use right now, 3.0.8 or something like that. So until they fix that, I won't be able to get any more clips, and therefore I won't be able to work on the videos I want to work on. So that's going to be taking a pause. And I guess one more thing is that I'm going to be having to deal with some IRL stuff in the next 3 to 4 months. So I won't be sticking to a particular schedule. I'll literally just post on Twitter when I'm going to stream, and that'll be pretty much my only way of letting people know that, hey, the stream's going to go on right now. Yeah, don't remember the days when I first started streaming back in 2019 where I would just try to stick to a schedule. I'm not doing that. My life's just way too inconsistent to be doing that. I never get any consistent days off my current job, and on top of that, I've just got too many responsibilities going on to, you know, make time for this. So, sorry if it's frustrating to find out when I'm streaming, how frequently I stream, and I know especially people are pretty tired of me going through these long hiatuses of me just not streaming at all or making content. Go through like several months. I think the last time I streamed was back in the end of October last year. There were some unfortunate problems going on. There were also holiday parties and events I had to attend to as well. So during November and December, I just didn't have any free time to myself. I was also trying to finish up my job applications to teach this spring semester in grade school, but unfortunately that didn't work out. So now I'm gonna have to wait until August this year just to start teaching if I get hired. So I'll be completing more job applications soon, and again, that's going to be another change I'm going to have to deal with to my usual schedule. So my point is that I'm not going to be able to promise anyone that I can stream at this particular time, at this particular day of the week consistently. That's just not going to happen. And imagine me trying to do fighting game content like that. Right, that's just still not going to happen. Now, granted, I don't have to stream myself in order to continue getting better at fighting games, but I mean, if I don't have time to stream consistently, I definitely don't have enough time to play any fighting game consistently either. So I'll still make fighting game content. That's, you know, I'm not saying I'm going to quit. It's just that until more content gets released, and especially if there's something like Conquest Mode from Mortal Kombat Deception, if you know that game, that gets if that kind of content gets made and released for, say, Them's Fine Herds or any new title that Arc System releases, then I'd, you know, definitely do that. But as of right now, though, that's just not a thing. Street Fighter 6 is supposed to have something like that going on with that release, but if they don't have rollback netcode implemented in that title, and you know it's implemented well, then I'm definitely not going to get it. I don't really care if single player content's good or not. There's not going to be any point. So there's that. Is there anything else I want to say? No, I think that's about it. So, yeah, I'll keep working on the stream assets. I'm not gonna promise to get them done within like a specific time. Again, it's just not something I can do. So there's that. But anyways, enough about all that. Just wanted to get those things off my chest because, for the most part, though, I have to be honest with myself. There's just so many things I want to do, but I just simply can't. And on top of that, there are just some things that I don't even know if it's even possible for me to do them. I know the fighting game content I make gets a lot of viewership, and I appreciate that. But I gotta be honest, you know, for one thing, I'm not really doing this whole content creation thing to become very popular, right? I mean, it's nice to have that, you know, and I'm not complaining if that does happen, but for the most part, though, I make content for myself because I enjoy doing it. So I'm not going to just suddenly make one specific type of content like fighting game streams, just because they give me the most viewership. I'm not boxing myself in like that. I will still do fighting game streams though, so don't get it twisted. What else? I also just like doing whatever I want. Unlike my time in the studio art program when I was in college, I'm able to just do whatever I want, whenever I want. If you want a good example of a content creator that I like to model myself after, it would be Boris from Life of Boris, the YouTube channel. Boris just does whatever he wants, whenever he wants, and he enjoys making content as a result. He doesn't treat it as a job, even though, you know, lately he's been having to do just that. But to me, content creation is just a hobby. That's it. Excuse me. It's just a hobby. And therefore, I don't really plan on making this a career. I don't plan on streaming 8 hours a day, every day. But I do appreciate whoever decides to spend some of their time checking my content out. But yeah, I just wanted to be honest, right? Get those thoughts out. And I've just been taking a look back at some older videos, streams, and media made, and just kind of evaluating myself, checking how much I've changed, how much I've learned, and where I see myself in the next year or two. Anyways, I know that's a little dramatic for me to say, but it's true. Like, been doing this for what, 3 years now, going on 4, and I don't plan on stopping. My worst fear is that I end up treating this whole content creation thing as a job, and more so a job I hate. That's the worst thing I imagine myself putting myself through. So as long as I avoid that, I'll continue doing this. And I appreciate everyone's patience, right? Whenever I go through long months, sometimes even a whole year, like back in grad school, of me just not streaming, not making content, not posting tweets, nothing. So yeah, anyways, that's it. That's all I want to say for now. Now that I fixed all the technical issues with this stream, definitely next stream will be a lot more smoother. But anyways, until next time, thank you for watching. Peace out.